So I wanted to go over the mistakes I did for my South African spin today. I did tweak my neck, so everything was a little bit rougher today, but I got a video of all my mistakes. So as we start to throw, we wind backwards, and I got low, which I like. I've been working on winding backwards a little bit more and getting lower in my stances, especially with the stand throw, which that getting low helped me build that explosiveness to throw 114 with my stand. So I start to wind up and I explode forward. Kept my knees pretty like, bent, but right about here. Nope, not right there. Right here. You can see my back foot is facing essentially the back of the ring in this context. This is the back of the ring, this is front of the ring, this is the side. But my foot right now, it's facing the back of the ring. And a lot of coaches and throwers will know that you have that much more energy you need to use to pull that foot from the back of the ring all the way to the front. But if you're to face your foot sideways, you only have half that energy needed to pull your foot forward. So in that south aft or spin, full spin, you want your foot to land about right here, which I did not do. As you can see, my foot is landed right, like facing that way, which I did not do because my foot is facing that way and not right here. So as I continue, everything else looked okay. Everything else from that point looked good. My face was up and my disc, my hand, was really back there, stretched. My arm, I would have liked to have it more angled out so I have more wind up to like pull back. But right now, it's just like that. So I'm working on that. But you can see the little mistake right here. My feet are very there's not a lot of space, which prevents me from building that explosiveness. And that explosiveness in my legs can help me push myself up, which helps bring that disc around much quicker. But there is just that little space I need to work on. You can see how little space I have, which is bad. And then about right here, I leaned forward a little bit. You can see me lean forward, and my foot just stopped. And I was leaning forward, which caused me to fall forward and out of the ring, which would have been a scratch. But yeah, my foot just stopped. It just stopped, and that was so bad. That's like a bad mistake because that's a scratch. Now, anything else like falling backwards, I could save that. I could get some distance still, but falling out and scratching is just not the way to go. But you can see that stop and how narrow the distance was between my feet. And then I noticed that my arm is stopped about right there. It's not my left arm. It just kind of stopped, which I want to work on this season. And from that's all the mistakes that I've noticed. So it looked like this. My coach has been really good about noticing these mistakes and telling us, all right, well, what do you notice? And this has helped me in my competitions. Like this last weekend when I threw my 114, my first throw, it was just whatever. I scratched. I couldn't really feel anything. But then my second throw, I knew I kind of fell backwards. So let me try to jump a little bit, like up, not backwards or forwards. So that second throw was 111.11. My third throw, I didn't fall backwards. I fixed that and I threw 114.1 feet. And then my last throw, I just kind of fell forwards, but I threw 112 point something. One more thing that I noticed that I didn't mention as I was rewatching the footage, I didn't follow through. So with shot put and discus at that end throw, for Olympic throwers, if you watch an Olympic thrower, they always twirl around in the ring after because of all of that momentum they created. It has to go somewhere. So they always follow through. It's like with shot put, you're right here, right? And then you push forward and then you follow through. My face and chest is relatively in line. So when I get here, I follow through and then spin in a circle because all that momentum has to go somewhere. Same with discus, where you're right here. I didn't follow through, so I didn't go like that, and I didn't follow through. Same with like football. If you want to throw football, you're right here, and you see how my chest and face, it's somewhat aligned, and I follow through. It creates momentum, and I didn't do that. So if I was going for like an actual competition throw, I would have scratched, and it would have been a poor throw, like poor distance. Um, and yeah, you can follow me on athleticnet.com, Madeline Cuellar at Benicia High School, if you want to follow my records. I'm trying to post more of these to maybe get some college like recognition. So maybe go to Oregon Ducks or UC Sakers.